Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Maria Elena Plasencia, and I am the sales director for 1030 South Beach, which is a gorgeous luxury boutique residential development coming to the heart of South Beach in April of 2021. Today, we have a unique exclusive presentation regarding the possibilities of home automation using Samsung technology. At the very end, we will also be showing you how we have incorporated this amazing Samsung technology at 1030 as standard finishes for all 43 of our residents. Joining us today from Samsung, is Danilo Del Vecchio. I did pronounce that right, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. He's the account manager and channel builder for Central Florida. Danilo, thank you for coming down to South Beach for this presentation. We're super excited to have you here. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having us. We're super excited about the project and super excited what we get here to show you guys and what you can do with this latest and greatest with Samsung and the partners with you guys.
Fantastic. Thank you, Danilo. So without further ado, I'll let Danilo start his presentation. And please note that we will leave time after the presentation to answer any questions that you may have. So feel free to go adding your questions now into the Q&A or to the chat, and we'll get to those a little later. So Danilo?
Awesome. So let's start off sharing my screen. And can you guys see my slide? Maria, can you see the slide? Not, yes? No? Yeah. All right, good, good. All right, perfect, perfect. All right, so as you know, Samsung is the leader in technology across pretty much every single product category, you know, television, cell phones, appliances as well. And we have a platform called SmartThings. And SmartThings is our smart home solution that partners with different brands, and it works with pretty much with anything and anybody. So I'm gonna go over to some high-level features and some cool feature what makes us different compared to the competition. So what we're gonna do, let me go through the next slide. There you go. We're gonna talk about a little bit of the market trends, right? What the new homeowners are looking for on the new homes. A little bit of Samsung SmartThings all-in-one solution, right? So it's a one platform that covers everything, and a special program. All right. So the smart demand, so smart home, it's a high demand, this is increasing drastically. As you can see, 68% of home buyers requesting right now for smart home. They're requesting for smart homes every time they buy a house, right? 40% of new builds will have new smart home technology by 2025. So it's a huge ramp up period right now. So again, we're in the forefront with it, and we're seeing this huge pattern happening. So rapid return, we're looking at about 45% of the builders are choosing smart home products to increase their home appeal, right? As you can see from our partners right now, we have smart appliances, refrigerators, smart thermostats, and you also have our SmartThings Wi-Fi that allows you to control everything and able to control also Z-Wave and Zigbee. And again, we'll get into more detail with that. The cool thing about it too, on return on investment, the list itself will give you a 5% lift on the price of the home, right? So it's a great return on investment also for the homeowners, right? So on the smart home challenges, we find that 49% of the builders cite that affordability is the challenge of smart homes, right? It should be extremely expensive to buy, right? Some of our competitors that we have, and to name a few, will be Control4, Crestron, Savant, and usually just the base system, it costs about $1,500. Then it costs a ton of money to have an installer come to your house and program everything for you. So they made it extremely unaffordable for the regular, middle class, even upper middle class. It just had to go to the ultra luxury side of it, so it gets really expensive with that. What Samsung did, we're able to make it affordable for you guys. 47% of the builders itself, there was a confusion of how it works, how it incorporates it, and what works with it. So that was the challenges that we're facing with. So reliability, that's the other piece of it too. With Samsung SmartThings being innovative in technology, We have great partners. So we secure some key partners, right, that will work with it. Really good, trusted brand, and we have a huge product portfolio. As you can see from this slide, this is some of our partners that we currently that works with Samsung SmartThings. You have major brands like, for example, Bose, Bosch, right? You have Sonos as well. You know, G light switches, and I can be on and on and on. Ring doorbell is huge right now for security purposes. But the best part of a SmartThing is this open platform. So we'll work with pretty much anything you want. The ecosystem is massive and it's really easy to install. There's over 130 million users using SmartThings as a platform. Over 2,000 third-party devices and it's growing, I want to say, on a weekly basis. Every week there's a new brand that partner with Samsung SmartThings. So again, it's growing exponentially. And you can see as well, really good ratings on the Android App Store. We have about 4.5 stars and 4.2 stars on the iOS. So really good feedback with that. So the cool thing about SmartThings, and you know already, is Samsung has a huge product portfolio. We make almost anything you want, right? So as you can see from this picture, there's a television, there's a cell phone, and on the far right side, you have the family hub refrigerator. We'll go into more detail, Maria and I, on how it works. The cool thing about the SmartThings app itself, the integration is seamless no matter which platform you use. So the interaction is exactly the same. So the way it looks on your phone, guess what? It's gonna look exactly the same as on your new TV that you're gonna purchase and put it on your wall in your new house. Or it's gonna look exactly the same as you do on the refrigerator itself, or even a tablet, both Android and iOS. So the cool thing about it, again, it's a seamless interaction. You don't have to learn a whole new way or anything else like that. So the appealing of the sales story, so it helps you elevate the brand, right? So it's one-stop shop that does everything for you. It creates that wow moment, that wow factor, that now you have one app that allows you to control everything and offers a meaningful solution for you guys. So with that being said, as you can see right here, the unique product market fit, you have the Amazon Alexa and the Google Homes on the far bottom left-hand side. The cost is really low and it's pretty basic stuff, and you have to have Wi-Fi. There's other signals they'll also interact with. It's called Z-Wave and Zigbee. And unfortunately, the other brands cannot support that. With Samsung SmartThings, we can do the same thing with Wi-Fi, but also supports Z-Wave and Zigbee. That's just as secure as a wire system. At the same time, not making extremely expensive like a Control4 and a Crestron that goes extremely high on the price, but again, it's really comprehensive, right? It gets extremely complicated, and you need a third-party person or a low-voltage person to come to your house and install additional stuff. So the beautiful thing about SmartThings that you can do it yourself, right? So it's a DIY, and if you want to get more into detail or anything else like that, you can also get a low voltage if you want to get into more crazy stuff with that. Low maintenance, right? We'll talk into more detail. I took a little tab off of it for you guys, a little surprise. And professional grade products. So the security level is extremely high, so you don't have to worry about anything that, you know, hacking or anything else. Anything in the internet, anyway, it's prone to hacking, but again, we're really secure. Z-Wave is extremely tight-knit in a closed environment, and at the same time, it's with our own preferred partners. So this pretty much kind of breaks down our competitor features by each category, right? So you have the Samsung one on the left-hand side, you have the Alexa / Google, Alarm.com is another competitor of ours, and you Control4 / I guess you can say the our friends at Crestron. And again, they're all great brands, NEFG and Whirlpool, right? Some of the other appliances manufacturers. The cool thing about Samsung is you can see extensive partnerships. So our partnership is massive, right? And you don't have to sacrifice with cost, right? When you go Alexa, Google, yeah, you have that, but again, you sacrifice some of the features. Alarm.com, you lock down, and Control4, it just costs a lot of money to get it installed. And you have to have a low voltage person to install the stuff for you. It works with pretty much multiple technology. Again, what I was telling you guys earlier was Z-Wave and Zigbee and Wi-Fi. And I think later on we can go into more detail when Maria hopefully might have some questions on that as well, that I'll be able to answer for you. But we have standards that Alexa and Google cannot support, right? You have to go to the luxury or the really expensive system. Smart home solution, again, it gives you more comprehensive design, but at the same time allows you to do different activity that regular Alexa or Google cannot do. User customization, you can customize as crazy as you want it to do. And again, I'll give you some scenarios that I have that I'm doing on my personal house, what I did. That's a pretty cool thing. And there was a little question, I guess, where there's no monthly fees. Again, we'll go over later on that too. And plug and play, that's the key, right? It's as simple as turning on the device, pulling on the battery tab in the back of it, for example, a sensor, and automatically says you want to add this device to your SmartThings, and you say yes or no, and you name it, you put the location on it, and you tell it what to do. It's that simple. So these are key little scenarios that we have users. So I'll put this slide on and to kind of show what customers are doing with their smart home. Right? It's smart home in general is extremely addicting, right? In a good way. Customers want to get more stuff with it. They want to add more stuff to their home to do more cool little things with it. So in this particular case, Mr. Andrew over there in Washington, D.C. used a multi-purpose sensor. It's a little sensor. What it does is it kind of like an open closed door sensor. The cool thing about the SmartThings one, it also detects temperature, humidity, motion, right? So in this particular case, he put it by the door and he synced the SmartThings sensor with the lights, the regular light bulb. So when he opens the door at night, guess what? The light automatically, magically turns on. So there's no leprechauns, there's no rainbows. It just SmartThings doing the magic for you. Another cool example that we have a goodbye routine, for example. This particular person, Dan in Seattle, what it does is that turns on the light at night. So it says pretty much you have a good night or a goodbye settings. Then when you say that, when you hit the button on the phone or a tablet or on the TV, or even better on the refrigerator, it adjusts the temperature on the Ecobee thermostat that you guys have standard in your home, okay? And at the same time, it turns off the lights. You have another one, for example, here, Miss April in San Mateo, it created a party routine. So you can be as crazy as you want. We're in Miami, right? So you kind of want to do some party, you want to get some music. Because I was telling you earlier, it does work with Sonos, right? And it does work with Bose, and it also works with Samsung speakers, of course. So you can have light bulb changing colors. So you can have a party mode as well. So you can go as crazy as you want, but you can make it as mellow as you want. So you can have the movie night experience as well with that. Garage, again, I don't believe there's a garage here, right, Maria?
No.
Okay, so no garage. So don't worry about this part. Just a little.
Just to clarify, we do have a garage, secure garage for the building, but this is not a single family home garage. And I assume that this is an individual control.
That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Perfect. All right. So sorry for the misunderstanding on that. So it allows you to give you a little, get creative. And again, we'll talk a little bit later on. I'm going to give you some personal scenarios that I've set up in my house to show you what you can do with this platform, that we can incorporate it with the appliances as well. This person went crazy. I guess Virginia Beach gets extremely hot. So she's by the desk. She's using a multi-sensor, Samsung multi-purpose sensor. When it reaches a certain temperature, I guess there's a fan next to her and it turns on the fan for you. We're getting lazier and lazier, unfortunately, but that's 21st century for you. Voice assistant will go. I'm not going to spill any more beans on this because I know, again, Maria might have some questions on this, but we have some AI that works with it, so you can control it through voice assistant. But let's go to a video. So let me mute myself and have you guys watch this video. I'm gonna mute myself. So a couple things again, you saw the video, there's so much you could do with it. Let me give you some examples of where else you could do. Now, you saw the Ring doorbell. My house, for example, I have multiple cameras around the house on the outside. I got the Ring doorbell in the front, and I got a Ring doorbell in the back. With Family App Refrigerator that you guys have standard in your home, right? What it allows you to do is that it gives you the capability of see what's going on around the house. The old way of having a baby monitor, guess what? Now you can be in the kitchen cooking. You don't have to carry a massive thing. You can just use a regular Wi-Fi camera that works with SmartThings. And now you have a baby monitor with a humongous screen with that, right? That you can monitor your child. I know you saw the Honeywell thermostat. Guys, don't worry. It also works with Ecobee. So the Ecobee also works with SmartThings with that. But again, there's so many things with it you could do, light switches. I personally have tried to have fun in my house. So I have a sprinkler system in my house that is a ratio sprinkler system. And I was having a little bit of problem at one of my neighbor's dog was doing his business on my yard. And unfortunately, the owner was not picking it up. So what I was able to do is, one, the motion sensor picked up anybody walking in front of my house. My sprinkler system went off in that particular section. So the person used to get wet with the water. I can tell you that happened once, and after that, he's not even walking by my house anymore. He's going across the street. So you can have fun with it. You can do many things, smart things on the TV as well. For example, my son, I caught my son. My son is 11 years old. He's turning 12 next month. He's trying to be slick, right? Or watching TV after 30 minutes. I said, no more, you can't do that. I set up SmartThings to send me a text message that after the time, if he's past the curfew, it turns on the TV, I get a text message right away on my cell phone. Or I can also get a notification on my television, says the TV is still on, so I can remotely turn it off straight from my phone or refrigerator. But enough for me, right? Let me pass the baton to Miss Maria. I'm sure she might have a gazillion questions for me that I might be able to answer for her. I hope I'll be able to answer for her.
Thank you, Danilo. That was actually a very great presentation. I mean, honestly, the possibilities are endless with what you can do, and not only has it become so simple to do, but as you mentioned, it's become so much more affordable. You know, you and I had a side conversation earlier where I mentioned to you that I have been a big advocate of automation in general, and initially because businesses tend to have a little bit more budget to work with. I was big on business automation and streamlining and making things a lot more seamless. And we're talking back, you know, late 80s, early 90s. So to see where all of this has come and how easy it is to do this in the workplace, it's so exciting, it's almost overwhelming. So that said, I'm going to turn to some questions now from our group that is listening in, from our viewers. One of the questions that we have is SmartThings compatible with voice assistants like Alexa or Google or something like this?
So the beautiful thing of Sense of SmartThings, it is an open platform. So we don't discriminate with anybody, right? The question, you know, with that, it also works with iOS. So you don't have to worry about if you're an Apple user, it still works with that. It does not work with Siri, but it does work with Alexa and Google. So you can send the commands through the voice assistant with Alexa and Google. We also have our own voice assistant. It's called Bixby. That's built into our refrigerator that you can ask any question, turn on the light, do a good night, or anything else like that. It's able to control all that in one massive ecosystem with that. So it allows you to control a lot of the things with that. So that, yes, it does work on both. And that's the beauty of it, the open ecosystem.
Okay, awesome. Awesome, thank you. So another question that I have here from another viewer is, what is the monthly fee to use SmartThings? Do you have to, you know, set up an account? You have to do like a monthly fee? Is it an annual fee? How does that work?
So you do have to set up a Samsung account, right? Same thing with the refrigerator, right? To have one, and the best part of it, to also register your products. It makes it a lot easier for you for the whole process. There's no monthly fee. It's free. I mean, if you guys want to pay for it, give me the money. I'll accept donation. I'll create a GoFundMe page or something, but it is free. And again, you don't have to worry about anything like that. So you can have your own alarm system, right? Another thing that we're seeing a lot of trends that are happening right now, home monitoring, right? It's kind of fading away a little bit. So you can still create your own smart alarm system around the house, right? To do certain actions. So that's the monitoring going away. So again, no fees, free. And if you want to add more stuff with it, again, there's more free stuff for you guys to add to it.
That is awesome. So basically, you know, on your presentation earlier, you had, you know, turn the lights out, turn the music on, little disco ball drops. You can do this all for free, which is fantastic. All right. So another question I have here is, can the homeowner control connected products to smart things remotely?
So yes, you can virtually control anywhere you want as long as you have Wi-Fi or you have internet access, right? Because it's a remote access. Smart Things also supplies what's called geofencing, right? What geofencing allows you to do is that once you get close to your house, right, you can have it to do certain things. Turn on the TV, turn on the lights, right? Based on your phone location. So you can do a lot of cool little things with that. That opens up even more doors with different things with that. That allows you to control it. But yes, you can remotely. I was in Italy last year. I was checking out on my house remotely to make sure that everything was working. I was turning on the lights. I can also set a routine that turns off the lights on and on from a remote location, as long you have Wi-Fi. So if you're stuck in a desert, on a desert island, sorry guys, you gotta look.
All right. Well, okay, that's good. That works well. Okay, another question that we have here is, can the homeowner connect additional devices to smart things, or they have to connect, or do they have to connect a low voltage installer? I don't know, what's a low voltage installer? What is this?
It's pretty much a professional installer. They call themselves a low voltage installer. Like think about a Geek Squad, right? Geek Squad at Best Buy, it's a low voltage installer. No, you don't need any low voltage installers. You can do it yourself. It's extremely easy. Now we have access to, you know, YouTube, anything else like that, but we also have access to 1-800-Samsung that you can call. They can walk you through the whole process. But you know, I was telling you earlier during the presentation, is literally the sensors right now. There's a little plastic tab. You pull the plastic tab off where the battery is, and automatically SmartThing detects it and allows you to add it to it. It's that simple. There's no headache. Now, naturally, it can be as more complicated as you want, but again, in my opinion, it's a super easy to do automations. But again, if you want to hire a low voltage installer or a Geek Squad to set more activities or automations, you can certainly do that. But it is user friendly. Again, you do have 1-800-Samsung or our Samsung website. They can walk you through it through videos or through the phone or through chat. And it's free of charge. There's no additional charge if you want to do that route. But you can always hire a low voltage installer to do that.
And so further to that, if someone were to hire, let's say, Geek Squad or some other third party, do they require some sort of certification to be able to do this with Samsung?
No, there's no certification included. You don't need anything crazy. It's really straightforward. There's nothing particular. It's literally, you have to tell the installer what you want your system to do, right? So say, listen, what I want is when my laundry's done, I want my lights to blink, right? Or when the door is open, I want my Sonos speakers to say someone just came home. You can do as simple as that, right? So you can have those notifications, but you have to tell them exactly what routine you want it to do. You create a group of lights, for example, right? If you do light switches or if you do light bulbs, and you can set up a good night settings, you can put everything together. Say, listen, I want to create a routine that says when I say good night to Alexa or Google, all my lights are off, right? And it makes sure all the doors are locked. You can do all that through SmartThings capability. Again, the options and pretty much you can do anything you want. The opportunities are endless with our platform.
Okay, it's great. I mean, it's great to see that you can do all of this yourself, but I think having a third party come in can be very helpful in just showing you maybe some suggestions, some best practices on what some other people have done in their homes, what works for them, and so that you have like a starting point as to what to do with these things. Okay, so you had mentioned in your presentation, and I was actually very shocked to see that only 45% of developments are being built with smart things technology already in place. And, you know, and I actually find that to be a high number, not a low number. Now, I've been in real estate for a very long time, and I can tell you that I have been, as you know, an advocate of technology and automation, and I have been trying to get developers to incorporate more technology into their developments for well over a decade. And I always get the same pushback from developers, and it's that if people want this, they'll pay to have it installed themselves. And so, you know, brings me to how excited I am to be a part of this particular development with 1030 South Beach, and the fact that I didn't even have to tell the developer to do this. It came to the table, it was put on my lap. And so with that said, I'd love to go ahead and take a look into our sales gallery and have you show our viewers that are tuning in today all this great technology from Samsung that we're incorporating as standard finishes for our development. I'm having everyone come with me. I'm going to have to take my virtual background out now so that we can be in the sales center and seeing exactly what I'm seeing. So bear with me one second. Here we are.
All right. Hey guys.
Hey, we're in the same room. All right. So, then, you know, what exactly is it that we're seeing right here? This is giant.
So this is a massive 21-inch tablet, right?
Yeah.
This is our 5th generation. It's called Family Hub. So it's not our first rodeo. It's our 5th year in a row. It's been extremely successful, and it's been growing drastically, right, in the industry. Nobody else offers anything like that. So the cool thing about this allows you to do virtually anything you want, right? What we usually do in the kitchen. So first off, you can finally put pictures on the front of your touchscreen. What happened during the years when more refrigerators became stainless, right? Mm-hmm. We took all the notes and all the pictures away from the front because it didn't stick, right? Now you have to stick it on the side, but nobody cares about on the side. Everybody wants to see the front of it. So now you can put pictures, you can put notes. You can literally send notes to the system. You can also put videos, as you can see right here. That's a new update that we did on Family Hub 5.0. But the other cool thing, that's the tip of the iceberg of what Family Hub can do for you. All right, so there's so many different things you can do with it.
I mean, it's like a giant phone.
It is. If you sync with a Samsung phone, you can make phone calls, right? So you can literally dial and control your phone from the refrigerator.
So you can make a phone call from here. Can you do like FaceTime or
you cannot do
WhatsApp?
You can do FaceTime if you use your phone, the camera phone, right?
Okay.
Because there's no cameras, right, on this, right? So that's one thing that we don't have. We don't have a camera on the refrigerator.
Okay.
So we have cameras inside the refrigerator.
Well, that's
and I will
a good place
show
to
you
have
guys why we do that. But the cameras are on the inside of the refrigerator. So as you can see, there's a lot of apps. So something popped up right
So
now.
wait, I'm sorry. What is the purpose of having these cameras inside the refrigerator? What exactly does that do?
If you went to ever been to Publix in the middle of the day and you go, man, do I have milk or do I have eggs inside of the refrigerator?
All the time.
And you go, oh my God, I don't know. But if I do or not, I gotta buy extra one. Well, with Samsung Family Hub, you can view inside the refrigerator through your phone, right? Or tablet. So as you can see, that's a new little update that we did. Confirm. You can see inside the refrigerator.
Wow.
The cool thing about it with the new update as well, it also detects the food, right?
Okay.
So what it does, it detects the food that you have inside it. So if you have apples, anything else like that, it will be able to also recommend your recipes.
Wow. Okay, so how does that work?
So what it does is that there's an AI on Family Hub 5.0 that allows you to detect based on the images, right? We upload all the latest and stuff. So they say, this looks like an apple, so add an apple to it. So every time you close the door, it automatically updates and reloads it for you. And then from there, we have a particular app or partnership with an app. It's called Smart Recipe. So what it does, it finds your recipe based on the ingredients you have inside the refrigerator.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, right now, based on our ingredients, I think it would just give us some cocktail recipes.
Yes, indeed. Those are good recipes, by the way. I'm sure you can find that on Smart Recipe as well. So you can do that. The cool thing about it too, you can do a meal plan, right? So if you're in a strict diet or if you have allergies, right?
Right.
A peanut allergy or anybody in the family has that, you can put that in the system. And at the same time, the refrigerator will spit out a recipe that does not have peanut inside of it or whatever allergy you have towards whatever food you have.
Exactly.
So it gives you that safe, right? Or give you a recommendation. The cool thing about Smart Recipe, I'm a decent cook. I'm not a great cook. The cool thing about this is that you can literally tell it how many servings you do it. And if you know, if you do a little bit of cooking,
right, we have a large family.
Correct. It gives you the right amount of portions. At the same time, it gives you also the right amount of ingredients, right? Because it's not when you go from 2 to 4, you double up. That's not the right way to do it with recipe. This will literally give you the correct amount with that too.
Okay, that's great. So what else can we control from here that
you can control
someone might not think about?
Everything. Is in this case right now, we can control the oven. So you can literally remotely start the oven from the fridge. So let me go ahead and start it open. Come on, don't make me look bad. There he goes. Oh. Sorry guys, no technical difficulty. We just did not update the latest. Oh, and download it takes a couple seconds. When spin, oh, installing, bam. Good job, Samsung. So with the oven, you can control the oven from the fridge. But because the oven is smart, guess what? You can preheat the oven while you're on the way home.
Right. Exactly.
You can control it, right? You can also monitor this if there's self-diagnostic too. You can do diagnostic on the unit itself. So you can see if anything is wrong with it. You can adjust the temperatures on the go, right? Set favorites, set a timer, what kind of feature you want. You want it to bake, you want it to do boil or anything else like that. Allows you to do all the changes that you can do on the regular unit straight from the fridge or the phone. Another cool thing, in my opinion, is laundry, right? I know I shouldn't get excited about laundry. The best part of it, my wife does the laundry. She does not allow me to touch the laundry.
It's okay to do laundry.
My wife, let's download this too. But my wife does not allow me to touch the laundry.
Okay.
I don't know why. We'll leave it to that. But the cool thing about the Samsung laundry that's centered inside of your home, it's one of the best laundries out there. Well, we have a feature called Laundry Recipe. I think it's the coolest thing ever. I was showing you earlier, Maria, but let's say, for example, you put shirts. I'm going to put some jeans in it, right? I'm going to put some socks. Why not? Let's put the unmentionables. Underwear. No activewear. Put some towels in it, right? It gives you some tips, right? With that. But
now I know why your wife doesn't let you do laundry.
Oh yeah. I'm lazy. But the cool thing about this, I'm gonna hit next. He's gonna ask me, are they all white? Are they in colors? Or are they dark? Right? I'll put colors. Soil, right? If it's extremely dirty, not dirty enough for normal soil. The system spits me out the correct cycle of the washer. So now there's no more guessing game which cycle should I use it for, or anything
And
else
you can
like that.
start it right from here.
You can start everything from here,
Right.
At the same time, the dryer talks to the washer as well.
Right.
So when the washer is done, the dryer already knows what cycle it's going to use for the washer for the load that you just finished.
Got it. Okay.
And then at the same time, when the washer is done, guess what? You're in the kitchen because usually the laundry is a little bit separate.
Right.
The refrigerator will tell you, or your cell phone, or your TV.
Right.
Because all smart things, right, is one app.
Right.
And allows you to see what's done. So you're like, oh, laundry's done. Let me pause what I'm doing. Let me go over there, load it, unload it. It's all good to go.
That is fantastic. That is
Same thing with the dishwasher, right? And anything else like that. But this is some of the basic stuff that we have with that.
Now,
go ahead.
I noticed that there's that little microphone icon right
Mhm.
there. What does that do?
So it does have Bixby inside of it. Bixby is our AI. As our partnership gets bigger and bigger and bigger with other brands, maybe other AIs will be added to it. We don't know. But again, Bixby's our own AI. What allows you to do is pretty much all these different apps, right, will work with it. So what I mean by that, TuneIn Radio is one of my favorite radio things because I can listen to radio stations all the way through Italy. And I can say, play in TuneIn Radio or follow a certain station, or unfollow a certain station, raise up the volume, lower the volume, because this unit does have speakers on the bottom right here. So the speakers
So
underneath
you
the
can
door.
actually listen to this
Yes.
right from your refrigerator.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if the customer wants more boom or more home, right, as everybody will say,
Right.
they can hook up a Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like what are one of those Bluetooth speakers? I
Like a
have a
little
couple at
JBL,
home.
I got the little JBL speakers right now that I usually take to the beach or by the pool, anything else like that. Sonos, back to Sonos. I'm not trying to plug in Sonos, by the way. It's one of my favorite brands, but they gives you a lot of Bluetooth speakers capability, Bose, Samsung, and so on and so forth. So what else we got here? We got some really cool stuff. It's like Christmas every day. The best part of Family Hub, by the way, guys, is that the fact that when the new software comes out next year, guess what? This will update with the new Family Hub 6.0. So it gives you the capability of doing the same exact thing as a new fridge. So it never gets outdated.
Exactly. It never gets outdated. That right there is key. That's fantastic. So what about some of the other appliances here that we're offering at 1030, which you're going to have the cooktop, also by Samsung, the oven, which is also by Samsung, and actually the hood, which is an externally ventilating hood, will also be Samsung. So how does this all work together with the smart things?
Well, with smart things with the cooktop allows you to monitor the cooktop, right? So what you can do is that, let's say you're driving away, right? And what happens most of the time is like, oh my God, I left the oven on, the cooktop on or anything else like that. It does not allow you to turn it off, right? Because of safety reasons, but you can see it if you left it on or not. So let me give you a quick example, right? Because I have it on my phone. So for the live audience, because this is live. All right, let's see what we got here. Get out of this. Start. I want to get out of there.
I know I'm guilty of this all the time, leaving the burners on. My husband yells at me.
That's not good.
No, well,
It's not good.
he doesn't really yell at me. He just says, "Hey, you left the burner on." But the best is now he's gotten to the point where he just says, "Did you mean to leave the burner on?"
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
That's
So this is
on purpose.
actually a very, very great feature, for all kinds of safety reasons.
So you'll see, this is my phone. Let me get a little bit closer. I know it's kind of hard. It's loading right now. And the brightness, it's kind of not the greatest. But you'll see everything is off, right? Those are the burners. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on the unit because everything in here is live, by the way. So the sales center does have live products. I'm going to turn on the bottom right side of the burner. As you can see, maybe it says on right over there. Okay. So now you left your burner on. Naturally, you still got to drive home, unfortunately. But it does give you a notification, not a notification, but it gives you a peace of mind that you did leave it on or not, right? Because it's
Exactly. Now, why would somebody want to have their hood connected to smart things? I mean, how would that work?
Mainly it's for the lighting itself, right? That allows you to control all the lighting itself with that. This particular case, again, is an extremely powerful unit. It does always like 600 CFM, so it will suck everything out of it. But really nice units. The smart things capability itself is mainly for light control. It doesn't do too much after that.
Does it give you notifications when it's time to change filters?
The filter, because it is vented out, these are baffle filters. So it is industrial grade, right? So they're really nice filters. So you just got to clean them up. It doesn't give you any notification of cleaning it.
Oh, even better. It's more
Right, so-
environmentally friendly.
Correct. So there's no carbon filter that you have to replace. So there's nothing like that.
Now, we're also going to feature in our kitchens at 1030, these under-counter microwaves. Okay, which is this also connected to?
It is not. The microwave is not.
Okay, so you still have to press the buttons on the microwave and clean it yourself and do everything on your own. But we've come over here. We've got the Ecobee thermostats, which do connect to Samsung.
Yes, it
And
does.
then we have these awesome full-size washer and dryers that, here, let's turn this light on. There you go. Washer and dryer. So now, and we saw a little bit of this in your presentation, and you mentioned that we can control the washer and dryer from over there. Does this give you any kind of notification that might be useful in terms of safety?
Yes, so the dryer has a unique technology. It's called a bend sensor. What it does is that the number one cause of house fires is lint built up inside of the vents, right? A lot of people thought was the cooktop or the oven or anything else like that you leave something on, and then the house catches on fire. But mainly the main reason is the dryers is the biggest issue. The cool thing about sensor technology that we have what's called a bend sensor. What a bend sensor allows you to do, it detects airflow into the unit, going out to the vent, and if there's any blockage or any pretty much reduction of flow, it will warn you. So there's a little light up here, it kind of blinks, right? And then after that, it will shut off the dryer. At the same time, you're still going to get a notification on your phone, right? Because it's all connected,
Right.
and it's time for you to clean the vents. Usually it's recommended about 6 months a year. I know I'm in fault, sometimes I do it every 2 years. But this right will give you the capability to give you a warning with that. So it's huge with that. And at the same time, it still gives you the 100% performance, right? Because sometimes what happens to the dryer? So you think the dryer is wrong, it's hot, but it's not drying your clothes. It's taking hours and hours and hours. What's happening is the vent itself is plugged, right? So it's not releasing the humidity of the outside. It's all trapped inside.
Right.
So with this, you're going to run your dryer 100% every single time.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I'm guilty. I am guilty of not cleaning out the vents. I didn't even know you were supposed to. I thought that just kind of cleaned itself out. So thank you. Now I have to brush home and clean my vents. But I love the fact, and certainly I've had these issues where, you have the towels in there for 3 hours.
Yep.
They come out hot, but they're still damp, they're humid, they're not drying. So now I know what the cause of that is. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
And our residents here at 1030 would not have to worry about this because of this wonderful technology.
Yep.
All right. Well, Danilo, is there anything else that you wanted to share with us?
You guys see the dishwasher? We got to do the final piece.
Oh, absolutely. The dishwasher.
All right. Why not?
That's an important one in my house, at least. All right.
So dishwasher, right? This is a dishwasher that water wall. It is connected, so it does give you settings. Like for example, if you have to add any more jet dry, sort of rinse aids, your cycle is done, or anything else like that. But the cool thing about this dishwasher as well is, besides being extremely quiet, it's 39 decibels, so you won't even hear it when it's running. But this dishwasher is possessed, so it is Halloween. After the dishwasher cycle cleaning is done and the condensation cycle drying is done, there's an additional level of drying level with the Samsung Linear Wash. The door will automatically pop open, just like this, right?
Oh, that's
so there's
awesome.
nothing wrong with it, right? And it gives you an improvement on drying, right? Because air dry still is one of the best way of drying your dishes. And there's a little fan right underneath of it. What it doesn't ruin your countertop. But it gives you the capability of drying the entire the dishes a lot better, more energy efficient. At the same time, dry the dishes, right? Because sometimes we have water still stains on anything else like that. So it gives you a better drying cycle with that. So that's one cool little feature that we have on this particular model. There's other cool little things that you have in there, but I don't want to bore the future owners. But that's pretty much it. I think the door opening is pretty cool.
I like it, and I also love the fact that all of the controls are hidden.
Yep.
So it leaves for like a nice clean front and just a sleeker looking, more modern, more updated kitchen.
Fingerprint resistant. Fingerprint is just a stainless, so you don't have to worry about leaving any fingerprints.
Exactly. Oh, that's a good one too.
So yeah, it's really cool stuff with that.
Fantastic. Well, Danilo, thank you so much for joining us today. Everyone, thank you for tuning in and for allowing us to present, I guess, the future of, and not even the future, what's available today in home automation. And then you can only imagine what's more to come. Actually, I can't imagine what's more to come.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Can't wait.
Oh, I could. We have enough. We have enough now.
We need more. We need more.
Well, but thank you, everyone. Thank you again.
Bye, guys.
I'm Maria Placencia, and if you want information, more detailed information, if you want to schedule a private tour at our sales gallery, I am going to be putting my information up in just a minute. Feel free to contact me directly, and we will get you in here. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.